So I asked her, like, what happened? I figured something bad happened. She's like, honestly, I was just bored. Like, my husband, all he did was work. I was a stay-at-home mom. We had 3 kids, and I just got lonely and bored.
If you've gone through a divorce, I just need to know, does it get easier? Does it get easier?
This is your friendly reminder that if you're in a marriage where your husband's an asshole and he's not supportive and he doesn't give a shit about your feelings, divorce his ass.
I don't know if I'm going to actually post this because this is super vulnerable for me and I'm a pretty open person. But earlier this year, I told my husband I wanted a divorce.
Y'all, imagine being married, asking for a divorce for a specific reason, and then regretting that shit later.
Hey, it's Jenna. Recently divorced and kind of figuring out this new way of life.
Today, we're talking about a growing trend that's been popping up everywhere. More and more single moms, the ones who actually started the divorce, are now coming out saying they regret that decision. We're seeing emotional videos, tearful apologies, and even women trying to get back with their exes after realizing the grass wasn't greener on the other side. It's a tough reality check, and we're going to break down exactly why this is happening, what led them here, and what lessons we can all take from it. So, make sure you hit that subscribe button, because this one's about to get real. Let's dive in.
Y'all, imagine being married, asking for a divorce for a specific reason, and then regretting that shit later. Okay, so there was this woman on TikTok who made a video about her friend. So her and her friend went out recently, and her friend was married for 11 years to a man that she thought they were going to be together forever and ever and ever because they were just a super cute couple. They had a really good dynamic, and they got along really well and never had crazy issues, right? But she's now divorced and has been divorced for 3 years. And so she asks her, like, oh, like, why did you end up, getting divorced? And she said, well, I am the one who asked for the divorce because I got bored. She said the relationship got really boring. She was a stay-at-home mom. All he did was work. And they were well off. So this guy is putting in a lot of hours and a lot of, work time so that way they can live the comfortable life they were living, okay? He paying all the bills. So she said she got bored always being home, taking care of the kids and not really having them time or doing like spontaneous fun stuff. Well, she would tell him about it and he would try to take her out and try to do stuff, but it just felt like it wasn't enough and it wasn't the same for her that, like it used to be when you're in a fresh relationship. What up, bitch? It's been 11 years. Spice it up. You do something. Anyway, so she asked for a divorce. He gave it to her and she's been dating for these past 3 years. And so she asks her, how's it been? How's the dating life been? Okay. And she tells her, honestly, it's been trash. It was fun at first, but now it's not fun because I'm looking for something serious now, and no guys want to take shit serious. All they want to do is have fun, right? Club, bar, let's go out, let's do this, let's travel, let's do that. It's always go, and that is what she wanted in the beginning, but that's not what she wants now, 3 years later, right? So now she's like, I want to get serious with someone, and I want someone to help me with my kids and help me, and I don't fucking know. She wanted to be a stay-at-home mom again, okay? What she wanted was her old life that she chose to give up for some fun, temporary fun at that, right? So she left this good-ass man for bullshit just to regret it. And he has been now in a relationship for 2 years of the 3 years they've been divorced. So a year he took to himself, then he found someone and he's been with that person for 2 years. She has now moved in. She is now living the life that this woman once was living. And she herself has 2 kids, so he's helping her with her kids and his kids. And she's kind of like offended by that. Shorty, you gave him up. He got every right to be happy. And he was a good one because somebody cuffed him up real fucking quick and knew how to keep him. So all I gotta say is if you got a good man, keep him. Keep him. Be bored, bitch. Figure it out.
Man, these women really thought life was gonna get better after the divorce. They pictured freedom, fun, and a fresh start, but reality hit hard. Instead of leveling up, they ended up with way more stress than they ever imagined. Suddenly, they're paying all the bills on their own, juggling kids, handling every single responsibility, while their ex-husband is out there living his best life. And here's the kicker, all that boring stability they used to complain about? Yeah, turns out that was actually a blessing. That steady paycheck, the extra pair of hands to help with the kids, someone to share the load with, that was gold. Now they're realizing he wasn't the problem at all. In fact, he was the prize they didn't see until it was gone.
divorced. And I was so surprised because her and her husband were such a cute couple and they had been together for 11 years. So I asked her, like, what happened? I figured something bad happened. She's like, honestly, I was just bored. Like, my husband, all he did was work. I was a stay-at-home mom. We had 3 kids and I just got lonely and bored. And she says that when she would bring it up, like, he would take her out, but it was just boring to her. Like, she needed some excitement in her life. She just felt like she was just a mom and a wife, and her husband just wasn't doing that for her. And she had other friends that had, you know, boyfriends, or like they had just got married, and they were always going out, always going on vacation, always partying, like going to the club, going to the bar, hanging out with friends, and they did none of that. And when she would bring it up to her husband would always tell her, like, I gotta work. Like, you know, they had a big house, they had nice things. Like, he was just trying to work. So they ended up getting divorced. And now, you know, she's single, she lives alone, she's working, and she's dating. So then I told her, oh, well, that must be exciting, like dating and stuff. And she's like, no, I fucking hate it. And I was like, why? And she's like, because all they want to do is just have fun. They just want to go to the club. They just want to go to the bar. They just want to hang out, have a good time. And then that's it. She said, no one wants to help me out. Like, I'm trying to find someone that's going to help take care of my kids. She's like, I just want someone to be a provider, not just a good time. So I was all like, well, wasn't that what your husband was doing? And she's like, I know. And I guess now her ex-husband is dating someone, like, seriously. They have been divorced for a total of 3 years, and he has been dating this girl for 2 years. She has 2 kids, and they're already living together. She says that he's fully taking care of her. Like, the girl doesn't work, she's a stay-at-home mom. They haven't had any new kids, but they're planning on having kids. And she's pissed because she's like, how can he move on so fast? Like, you know, I can't even find nobody, and he just found someone so quick, and he didn't even want to give us another try, like, blah, blah, blah. And I was so confused because I was like, okay, so you divorced him because he was always working and you were bored. So now you're single, going out, having a good time, dating, but you don't like that. Now you want someone to take care of you, a provider. And your ex-husband, all he wanted to do was be a provider. That's why now he is dating someone who he has no problem providing for her and her kids. And she's pissed because she's like, why would he go and find someone who has kids? Like, he already has kids. Why would he want to take on that responsibility? And I'm like, wait, aren't you looking for someone to take on that responsibility? I was just giving her a hard time, not gonna lie, because it was kind of funny to me, because I was like,
Here's the cold, hard truth, guys, and it's a brutal wake-up call. A lot of these divorced moms really believed that once they were single again, there'd be men lining up to date them. But reality? Totally different story. Single moms with baggage aren't exactly at the top of the dating list. The pool of available men for divorced women with kids? It's basically a puddle. And the few guys who are interested, let's just say they're usually not long-term relationship material. Meanwhile, their ex-husbands? Oh, they're out here living it up, dating younger women with no kids, no drama, and way fewer complications. The irony couldn't be any sharper. And if that wasn't enough, let's talk money, because this part stings the most. These women went from a 2-income household to suddenly doing everything on their own. Rent, childcare, bills, groceries, all the stuff their husbands used to help cover is now 100% on their shoulders. Some are even working multiple jobs just to afford a tiny fraction of the lifestyle they had when they were married. And here's the wild part, their ex-husbands? They're probably doing better than ever, free from extra expenses and stress, while she's left picking up the pieces. It's a tough lesson, but one that's playing out over and over again.
Bullshit, dude. Don't be trying to fucking play the fucking card.
Okay, play stupid.
Can you please move out of my fucking way so I can walk out of this fucking house?
And what?
You can go back to what I was doing before you wanted to fucking stir up a fucking whole pot of shit today.
And what?
And what?
And then 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 what? What do you mean?
And then what?
After I'm done?
And then what?
After I'm done?
And then what? Oh, I sound like you now, huh? I sound like you now, huh?
Move, Sabrina.
No, you always want to block me and block you.
Dude, you're so fucking full of shit.
I'm
Quit
full
your
of shit?
fucking psychoticness and fucking move
I'm not
out of
doing
my
nothing.
goddamn way.
I'm not doing shit. Act like you don't fucking crap me all the time. Okay. Stay off my shit, how about that? Excuse me. Excuse me.
What?
Excuse me. Excuse me. I fucking dare you.
I'm putting my vape on the charger.
Fucking dare you.
Dude,
I didn't even do shit.
chill, dog.
Did I do shit? Did I do shit? If you've gone through a divorce, I just need to know, does it get easier? Does it get easier being without your kids? Because all I can do every time is cry. No matter what I do, I always end up crying the whole time. Please tell me it gets better because I can't do this. Hey, it's Jenna. Recently divorced and kind of figuring out this new way of life. I was married for 23 years and with that person for 3 years prior. So for a total of 26 years of my life, I have been out of the game of dating, making friends, going out, and stuff like that as a single woman in her 40s. Yeah, I'm 47. So I've raised children. My children are adult children now. And it's kind of interesting because it's so lonely at this stage in life after divorce, especially with older children, because you make all your friends when they're younger, or at least I did. I met my friends mostly through my kids' activities. I was a stay-at-home mom and I took them to practices. I went to school, all that stuff.
This part right here, honestly, it's heartbreaking. These women are finally starting to see the full impact of their choices, not on themselves, but on their kids. Imagine being a little kid asking, why doesn't daddy live with us anymore? Now these children are bouncing between two houses, dealing with the stress and confusion of a broken home. And here's the gut punch. These moms are realizing that their pursuit of freedom or happiness came at the expense of their children's stability and well-being. That kind of guilt? It never goes away. They're watching their kids struggle, acting out at school, falling behind in classes, dealing with anxiety, anger, and sadness, all because mom decided she wasn't happy in the marriage. The stats on kids from broken homes are brutal, and these women are living proof of it every single day. To make things even worse, a lot of these dads are thriving as part-time parents. When the kids visit dad, it's fun, it's calm, it's stable, especially if there's a new stepmom in the picture who actually values having a family. So now, the kids end up preferring dad's house, while mom is stuck with the exhausting grind of single parenting, the tantrums, the homework, the endless responsibilities. And deep down, these moms know the truth. It didn't have to be this way. They had loving fathers in the home. They had stable, intact families. But they blew it all up for temporary feelings that faded, leaving nothing but regret and pain.
I don't know if I'm going to actually post this because this is super vulnerable for me and I'm a pretty open person. But earlier this year, I told my husband I wanted a divorce. And this would probably shock a lot of my friends and my family because I hadn't told anybody, okay? I walked myself through the logistics of where would I live, how would we split the time with the kids, who gets the dog, where all of those things, okay? Had a full breakdown. I feel like I have been searching for something in my relationship that we don't have for the whole time we've been married, which has been 10 years. There is not a single thing about my husband in and of himself that I do not love. Let me be very clear about that. He is the most self-disciplined, loyal, hardworking, good person that you could meet on this planet. And that is probably the reason why I have not left, okay? relationship and what my expectations are for my marriage and what they always happen are not met, right? Which I don't know if anybody's are. The reason that pushed me to even bring up divorce and talk about it was the fact that I feel like I can't be myself with my husband. And it's really confusing because I'm 32 years old. I am a mom of 3, and I still don't know who I am. So for me to be like, oh, I can't be myself, or you don't love me for who I am, isn't really fair because I don't know who I am. I'm figuring that out every day. But the reason why I wanted to share this on here in the first place is we are coming up on our 10-year anniversary. We're going to Mexico, to Cabo, for our 10-year anniversary trip. And we're rewriting our vows. We never wrote vows in the first place. We didn't have vows when we got married. And I'm struggling to write my vows, like to write a vow. And I think that's because I still feel very unsure in our relationship. The one thing that we finally talked about this past week together, because it's just been something that since we kind of talked about it and I brought it up and we committed to change and we committed to working on our relationship, I started my own business, he quit his job, roles have changed, life has been crazy, and we just haven't come back to talking about this subject. And I brought it up again because I'm like, I'm going to be honest with you, like writing these vows is hard. I don't feel like we're any closer. I don't feel like anything has really changed since I brought this up 6 months ago, 9 months ago, whatever. And I want to work on our relationship. Like at the end of the day, of course, I could get a divorce and try to go find the love that I'm craving with somebody else. But that's going to come with its own hardships, its own complications, and ones that I'm not willing to take on, right? I love Ryan. He is the best father, okay? I just need to learn how to explain what I need from him in our relationship, and he needs to be able to give that, and I need to be doing the same for him so that we can both, like, in 10 years from now, in the next 10 years, look back and say, like, we put in the work and we finally have the marriage and the relationship that we have always wanted, and that is what I want. I guess the reason why I'm coming on here, and if you've made it this long, that's really nice. What have you done in your relationship to get to that point? If you have been in a place where we are and have worked through it and have found things that have brought you closer or that have given you that relationship, like, I'm just, I guess, asking for advice. Like, what have you done in order to get there, and what has worked for you? We're honestly willing to try anything. We have done therapy and counseling before, and it was fine, honestly. It wasn't like my favorite thing, but I'm willing to try that again. And I don't know, books, podcasts, like what have you guys done that has worked for you to get your marriage to where you want it to be? I just don't like thinking, okay, we've been married for 10 years and we've kind of like been at this same point the whole time. I just don't want to look back 10 years from now and not have tried my best to have this like relationship that we both want and that we deserve and that our kids deserve to see in us. So I'm kind of being vulnerable and posting this on here, but I would just like to know, like, what has worked for you and what advice, I guess, you would have for me. Thanks.
Man, this is where it really hits hard. The most heartbreaking part isn't just the regret these moms feel for themselves, it's seeing the pain in their kids. Little ones asking, why doesn't daddy live with us anymore? Going back and forth between two houses, trying to make sense of a world that suddenly feels unstable. These moms are finally realizing that chasing their own happiness or freedom came at a huge cost, their children's sense of safety and stability. And that kind of guilt? Yeah, that sticks with you forever.
I wonder if you have any regrets.
Husband dodged an absolute bullet in this situation, man. I cannot tell you how often this happens, man. Women out here after 10, 15, 20 years, after 1 year sometimes,
I'm just not happy anymore.
she's not for you, G. If she's gonna be threatening divorce, she never was for you in the first place, man. You know, find a wife who's gonna work through those hard times with you, man. You know, it is so important. People don't realize how important it really is to find the right partner, man. A lot of men out here just settling with women that they know are not gonna be good for them long term. Oh, marriage will change it. It's not gonna change it, man. You know, you need to leave, get your ass in the gym, and do what you need to do to better yourself and let God handle the rest. That's what I realized, man, is that God has complete control over everything. I talk to God about everything. I talk to God about all my problems. I go through the Lord, man. It's the best thing you can do for yourself. Stop trying to handle these situations by yourself. Just do what you need to do every day to become a better man. You know, are you in the gym? Are you starting that business? Are you doing what you need to do? Because most of your answers are probably going to be no. So get your ass up every single morning, set that damn alarm clock, and do what you need to do to change your life. That's it.
And there it is, the harsh reality these divorced moms are living with every single day. The freedom they thought they were chasing? It turned out to be isolation, financial stress, and the heartbreak of watching their kids suffer for decisions that can't be undone. Here's what makes it even sadder: a lot of these women had good husbands. Men who worked hard, provided for their families, and were committed to making things work. But because it wasn't exciting enough, no constant butterflies, no fairytale romance, they threw it all away, chasing temporary feelings that were never meant to last forever. Now, they're realizing the truth: marriage isn't about non-stop happiness. It's about teamwork, commitment, and building a life together, through good times and bad. Unfortunately, they learned that lesson too late, after their families were already broken. So, to the married women watching this, pay attention. That boring but reliable husband who shows up every single day? He might not feel like a movie romance, but is giving you something way more valuable: security, stability, and a safe home for your kids. And to the men who've been through this, honestly, you dodged a bullet. While these women are left with regret, you've probably moved on and found someone who actually values what you bring to the table. At the end of the day, the grass isn't always greener. Some mistakes can't be fixed. These women are living proof of that. But now I want to hear from you. Do you think these women deserve sympathy, or are they just facing the consequences of their own choices? Drop your thoughts down in the comments, hit that like button if this video gave you a new perspective, and don't forget to subscribe for more truth bombs about modern dating and marriage. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one, where we keep pulling back the curtain on the choices people make, and the reality that comes after.